Holamundo.
Holamundo. Today we want to give you our 5 pros and 5 cons about living in Switzerland. We have told you in the last video, which I will link up here, where I hiked a very nice mountain in Ticino, that we want to tell you about the pros and cons about living in Ticino. But we thought first we want to give you the pros and cons about living in Switzerland.
We are positive people, that's why we start with the positive aspects of living in Switzerland. Number 1 is the nature, the beautiful nature.
Yes, nature here in Switzerland is beautiful. I mean, look behind me. We have the beginning of November. Supposedly it's a bit cloudy, it's not so nice. We have some first snow in the mountains, but the boats are still running, so it's really nice. Nature is one of the most attractive things about Switzerland. Wherever you live, you have access to a lake or a river, and they are all very clean, so you can swim in them. Mountains are never far away. There's forests, there are fields. All you want of the outdoors is here. You can do outdoor sports wherever you want, and the possibilities are endless. I just say hiking, mountain biking, cycling, climbing, mountaineering, sailing, swimming. It's all here, and mainly it's for free. I mean, you don't have to take the cable car up the mountain, you can hike there. So this is one of the big things to do in Switzerland, and we love it for that.
The number 2 is the high quality of housing in Switzerland.
In general, the quality of the houses here where you live in is very high. I have to add that most of the people in Switzerland, they live for rent, so they rent an apartment or even a house, and mainly this comes with access to a washing machine, or if you are lucky, you even have your own washing machine in the apartment or in the basement. And it always comes with a kitchen. That means the fridge, the oven, it's all there. Even a dishwasher normally is standard. And yeah, that's quite nice. Also, the quality of the walls, well, the whole structure of a house is quite high, so you don't always hear the neighbor, and this is very attractive. It has its price, we know that, but really it's of high quality.
Number 3 is the still stable economy, and easily you can find a job in Switzerland.
The Swiss economy really is quite stable. This has been proven in the past. And well, we will see what happens in the future. We know that it might change, but so far it has been like this. Oh, well, in my opinion, it's kind of the Swiss mentality. In Switzerland, everyone is emotionally, at least at the outside, quite stable. So you don't feel super excited and you don't feel really low. And this is how the economy also reflects this, in my opinion. It's always quite stable. It doesn't fluctuate very much. There were some crises like in 2008 or the last 2 years, and Switzerland navigates quite stable through these times. Also, the unemployment rate is really low, so if you are really fit, you speak one of the 3 or 4 official languages, which is German, French, Italian or Romansh, and you are willing, you will find a job. I think the unemployment rate is about 3.5 or 3.6% at the moment. I'm not pretty sure, but around this. So if you want, you can always work. When you have a job, no matter if you have a university degree or not, there are job possibilities and the income is quite high compared to other countries. For example, if I look at Germany, without a university degree, your income will be probably really low. But here in Switzerland it's different. Even without a university degree, you have possibilities to develop. You have some studies you can do beside your job. and this provides you with quite a high income. And connected to a stable economy, it comes also that it's quite possible and relatively easy to set up your own business. That's why we decided to build up our business here some 11 years ago. We were thinking of doing it somewhere else in the world, but we decided finally to stay in Switzerland and to build it up here because the possibilities are there. And another big point is that the taxes are quite low.
Number 4 is a central location in Europe.
We are in the Alps, in the heart of Europe, so around Switzerland you have a lot of countries within a 2 hours reach, 1 hour reach by car. So you can just quickly drive to France, to Germany, to Austria, to Italy. And we have 3 major international airports, Geneva, Zurich and Basel. So you can fly wherever you want in the world. And this is really a great advantage of Switzerland because, yeah, you are everywhere in the world, quite easy and reachable. And yeah, we enjoy this a lot.
Number 5 is access to governmental institutions.
The access to governmental institutions for us was not so obvious because, well, we live here and like everywhere in the world, you easily get annoyed with the government or the governmental institutions or whatever. So I didn't see this really as an advantage. It was just when I watched some videos of foreigners living in Switzerland that they said, wow, we don't have this in the country, that you can just call the tax institution and ask for a payment plan when you have problems paying your taxes. For us this was normal. I didn't see this as an advantage, but really it is. If you want to talk to someone of governmental institutions like the immigration office, the taxes, or your local government, your city government, you just call them and they help you. They are not always fast, they are not always friendly, but in the end, if you have patience, they help you.
As we live in a world of dualities, there is always a downside of something. Now we have the 5 points of the cons. Number 1, yes, we are slow.
Since last year I was laughing about this point that the Swiss are slow. Now I have a Swiss passport, so I'm also slow now. But it's really true. Swiss are slow. Let me give you 2 funny examples. When I first lived in Switzerland, it was the first 3 months, I went shopping, of course, like you go shopping, and you have these automatic glass doors that open when you come in front. And believe it or not, they are slower here in Switzerland than anywhere else in the world. And I talked to some other German people living here and we all had the same problem because we realized that. Because when we went there, we waited the door to open. We were so accustomed that they opened quickly that we nearly walked into the door. And I'm not the only one, so this is one thing. One other example that the Swiss are slow is, for example, when they use the tramway. The tramway stops at the station, people get off, and right there where they get off, they stand still, their mouth is open, and they slowly look left and right, and they have this expression in their face like, where do I want to go now? And it is this speed. And when you're in the back, you are not Swiss, you are new to the country, and you're in a hurry. You rush and you just bump into them. Oh man, this has happened a lot of times to me. And also bureaucracy is slow. As I said, they help you. They're there for you to help you. But it takes its time, and see it as a training for your patience and you will be fine. And I was often thinking about the reason why are the Swiss so slow. Well, life here in Switzerland is pretty nice. It's secure, you have everything, you can buy everything you want every day. The income is high, the taxes are low, So life is pretty good. And there is no need to change. There is no need to hurry up because life is good like it is. So Swiss really want to keep this. So why should they hurry up? Why should they change something? In Switzerland, life is a lot of times about keeping things like they are to keep the high quality. So just consider this because it affects everyday's life. If you want to change something, if you want to make life better, it's hard with the Swiss because they don't want change and that's why they are slow, so they can prevent change from happening.
Number 2, there are very high prices for certain services.
Oh yes, services in Switzerland can be so expensive. For example, the public transport in Switzerland is one of the most expensive ones in the world. So if you use the train, the local transport, public transport, you will pay a fortune for that. It's very reliable, it's very good, very comfy, but super expensive. Another thing is, you realize this when you have a habit of eating out and you love it. I am pretty sure you stop this in Switzerland because it's extremely expensive to eat in a restaurant. We enjoy being invited by friends when we want to avoid cooking, so this is an option, but eating out is a no-go. It's so expensive. But remember what I said, we are in the heart of Europe. We can easily drive to Italy, to France, to Germany for a long weekend. So just do this and eat there. Another one is the hairdresser. It can be super expensive, especially for women. So guess what? I went to my husband, he's doing it for me. Because yeah, it's just out of this world what you pay for a hairdresser. I mean, just for a haircut, 60 to 100 Swiss francs, which is 60 to 100 euros at the moment. It's insane. We have very low taxes here, that's true. But Switzerland was very inventive when it comes to additional fees you have to pay. So for each rubbish bag, for each certificate, for each whatever you can think of, you pay a fee. So consider this when living here, and the low taxes comes with something.
Number 3, speed limits and controls.
Oh yes, Switzerland is a country of speed cameras. And we have our experiences with that. If you drive fast, you will pay this in Switzerland. The Swiss police is really inventive to hide the speed cameras nicely. They have great joy in catching you because it's kind of their calculation that the Swiss pay a lot for speed controls. If you drive only a little bit too fast, you have the feeling like owning part of a street or the whole street. It's really that expensive. So drive slowly in Switzerland.
Number 4, it's difficult to get in contact with people.
When you come here, you will realize that it's really difficult to get to know people, like Swiss people. There are a lot of international people. With them it's probably a bit easier, but if you really want to meet the locals, you have a hard shell you have to work through. And for sure there is one point, you must speak their language. It's not enough to know German. You must really understand Swiss German because they will not bother to speak, let's say, proper German with you. They can understand it perfectly, but they prefer just talking in their own language, which is Swiss German or French or Italian and even Romansh. And if you really want to integrate and have contact with the locals, speak the language here. And it's hard to really come to the person and to be a bit more intimate. But once you are there, it takes its time, it's slow. But once you are there, you really have the soft core of it. So you really have friends for life. And never push it. It will come when it's time. Here, again, it's all about patience.
And number 5, it's a land of laws and rules.
Oh, Switzerland loves its laws, it loves its rules, and the people really love sticking to the laws and rules. So if you come here, take in mind that you don't have only the police or the government, you have the private police, that means your neighbors. They always know where you are, where you go, they hide behind the curtain, look out of the windows and know what you're doing. They're just like that. It's not that they are suspicious or whatever, they just like that everyone keeps the rules and laws and everyone feels responsible to take care of that. Let me give you some examples. One rule is that you should not leave your ignition key in the car and go away. If you do so, you will pay a fine of 60 Swiss francs. When you live in a rented apartment, in an apartment block, do not shower after 10 p.m. because that's loud and you may disturb the neighbors. You're supposed to be quiet. Well, there is a reason for it, because Switzerland is a really densely populated country and people live close together, and for them noise is something horrible. They want to have everything clean, quiet, without disturbances. That's why all the rules and regulations. Sometimes also for me, I was German when I came here and it's difficult to get it. And sometimes it's really, let's say, nonsense. But yeah, even one thing, I just remember that. If you walk on the street and there is a pedestrian area, you have to use it. If nevertheless you walk on the street, you pay a fine of 10 Swiss francs. Yeah, well, you must be caught to do so, but still, it's a bit ridiculous. But it's like that. Just go with this flow, use your common sense, and you will be perfectly fine. In conclusion, I still think that Switzerland is the best country to live in Europe. We know that Europe is going through very hard times and it will not be better in the near future. Still, we have the hope that Switzerland will, as in the past, not be so much affected by it. It will be affected, but not so severe. So we are still happy to live here. We can still recommend it, but take in mind it's still Europe. And maybe at the moment it's better to live outside this continent. But yeah, everyone must make his or her own decision. We are happy to live here, we really love the country, and in our channel we hope to show you more of the beautiful nature and the beautiful side of the country, and maybe sometimes also the negative side.
It exists.
And in the next video we will come up with the pros and cons of living in Ticino, which is the southern part of Switzerland, because it's a bit special and there are some more pros and cons to live there. And
they are talking Italian there.
That's a really con for us, because we don't really speak
Not at all.
Italian. Yeah, we don't really speak Italian. So we are learning. But yeah, for now we will enjoy a nice November afternoon. The sun has finally come out, and see you next week.
See you. Holamundo.
Holamundo.